Still okay. It says we're live now. So the first question I have on here is Dropbox is a late mover in a crowded space. What opportunity did Houston see specifically? What are the key elements of Dropbox business model?
Okay. I'm just trying to pull up my case analysis as well. Well, I thought this was interesting to read, first of all.
Yeah, this was a long case study.
So long. But I think part of his business plan, was obviously what we had to talk about is whether he grows his business as it is, like seeing the way it's going, or if he adds another layer basically and does the pro version. So I think part of his business plan at first was just like kind of how do we get this program to connect hundreds and thousands of files without overloading everything.
Right. So I guess the opportunity he saw was to be able to download the file and then only the pieces that were changed in that file instead of uploading, an entire file again. So for instance, if you made, if you had a photo and you edited the photo, it would only upload the edited parts and you wouldn't have to store the whole entire re-edited photo again.
Yeah.
So it wouldn't take up double the space. And then I think you said what the elements of his current business model. He's got this freemium thing going on, and then he's trying to get customers, and it doesn't look like that's working too well.
Yeah. And when I was looking at the whole case in general, I just feel like some of the information we could have used, like his income and balance sheet, like I really could have used to like see that kind of information. Because I couldn't really get a feel of like what's going on as a whole. There's like too many numbers everywhere. I just really wanted something like definite.
Yeah, I spent quite a while gathering the numbers and getting the pertinent information to even be able to make an assessment on that second question. Is it profitable? So I came up with they had 2 million subscribers, and only 2 to 3% of those subscribers were paying customers. So that left me to 60 paying customers, 40 to 60,000 paying customers, and they have they cost or they pay $3.18 on average. So that's the numbers I came up with were between 127,000 and 190,000 on the estimate as their revenues, and they spend 150. So
yes, it's not really profitable.
No, it's not really, and that's just 150 on their employees' salaries. It doesn't calculate into Amazon for their storage of their bandwidth.
Yeah. So they're not doing super hot.
Yeah. And then they pay $11 per free customer. So that was $220,000 that they end up paying total for their free customers.
Yes, they're just like losing money everywhere.
Yeah.
So I think part of the issue is they're gaining customers, but it's not effective. They're not effectively gaining customers.
Yeah. There's a lot of they need to tighten up this freemium model or figure something else out. They have a lot of backing. It's a great product, and they had a lot of people funding the project.
Yeah.
It's just their business model doesn't seem to be bringing the money in.
Yeah.
let's see. So then the next group of questions is when he applied to Y Combinator, what hypothesis did Houston hold about key elements of Dropbox's business model? I'm going to have to go review that. I don't remember.
I know, and mine's not pulling up the case now. I'm so mad. I really am not a loser partner, I swear. It just looks like it.
No, these take a long time. I had a couple of classes where that's what we did, a lot of case studies, and they just take a long time to decipher because this is, what is this, like 30 pages?
Yeah, it's like 30. Well, I think it's at 22, but it might be 100.
Yeah, it's 22 pages. A lot of it's technical stuff, and then the information that the questions ask you about aren't found in one like nice, neat spot. You have to
I have to search everywhere.
You have to search everywhere for it. So, when let's see. So they're talking about Y Combinator. That was early in the study.
Yeah. I'm gonna see if I can use a different thing and pull it up. Because I just read it again today, but it was like still a couple hours ago. I still feel like I need to.
So I guess the hypothesis he had going in there is he'd be able to use their time and resources as well as funding to get through the, I guess, incubation phase of the business, so they could learn from Y Combinator without really having a lot of heartache without launching.
Oh my gosh, so annoying.
So the next question says, which of these hypotheses have been confirmed and which have been discarded?
So when I was thinking about this, I mean, I feel like he sees the value that like his competitors have in having this like premium option and having this like separate, like here's for common people and here's for business. But I also feel like looking at the numbers for the case, that they weren't having, I mean, it doesn't seem like they were having any more luck than he was having. I don't know. Maybe I just read everything wrong.
No, there was a couple of companies. I mean, I think this market is flooded. I want to say there was something like 70 companies that offered some kind of cloud storage. And his was right now in the company, they're going after just the individual consumer, where the companies that look like they made it big actually had products that served corporations and small businesses.
Yeah.
And so I think he need to discard, I guess, keeping it small with individuals, and needs to approach the corporate style companies. But even then, there's a huge company that looks like they're making a lot of business, and it was Carbonite is the #1 company.
Yeah.
But their P&L, they're still negative. I mean,
that's the one that I kept thinking, like, they're doing the best, but they're also, I mean, they're still losing money.
Yeah, they're losing money.
I think the problem is a lot of people think 2 gigabytes is a ton of storage. Like for me, that seems like a ton of storage. And so they like, I don't need to pay for something that I can get for free, you know?
Right.
That's what I would think. Like, screw this, I'm not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Because,
So people
yeah,
like us that are just individuals and we only want to store a little bit of stuff, that's fine. But a big corporation, you know, that wants to have access to all their material and all their computers without paying a pay per computers fee. This would be huge. They'd be willing to pay, you know, probably some kind of a premium to have this stored where the files can be. You and I could be working on a project in the same company at different locations, and I can update a file, and you can immediately access the changes.
that changes, yeah, which is like super nice.
So what else? What is your assessment of the approach Houston used to test the hypothesis? Did he waste time, resources, or make notable mistakes? Can you imagine a better way to test the key hypothesis?
I forget what he did.
That's what I'm trying to find. When he,
I promise tomorrow night I will have everything in order.
I can't promise that. I'm so busy that I'm kind of getting stressed out. I've only got 2 classes this semester, and I feel like I've been taking 4 and 5 a semester, and it's just the same amount of work.
Yeah, I have 4 this semester, and I want to like hit my head against the wall every day, and it's just because I can't get my life together. Like these first 2 weeks, I feel like I'm sinking, and then I finally get in the groove of things, and I'm like, okay, like I can do this.
Yeah.
But until I get into the groove, I like feel like hitting my head against the wall every day.
It looks like he planned to build a single version of Dropbox that would target individuals, both consumers and business users. And let's see, he was going to give away 1 gigabyte for free and charge additional storage at 10 gigabytes, $5 a month. So when this first started, it was like $75. Where did I read that at? There was like the technology had become so cheap in a few short years.
Yeah, I remember this a little bit. And didn't hear what else was I just thinking? I don't know what I was thinking. I thought this strategy, when I was doing the poll, this was the strategy that I picked, was just kind of like sticking with what he's doing. And the more that I think about it, I don't know if I'm right. Because I really think the profitability is with the companies, it's not with the individual people. So I feel like his strategy is, though it has good intentions and though it seems legitimate,
So what were the two options that we could have chose from? Stay the course and something else?
stay the course and then branch off and offer the 2 types, the regular Dropbox and then like a pro version, if I remember correctly.
Okay, let me see here. There we go. So I said, so there was pursue incremental product improvement opportunities as part of the stay the course strategy, or
Yeah, that's what I like.
segment its diverse and growing user base and tailor separate products or add-on features for the segments. So I I chose the segment its diverse growing user base and tailor separate products. And one of the reasons I did that is they have this giant product right now that has tons of stuff that half the people there don't even know that it's there. They held this, they would take user polls and ask, what do you want to see in this product? And people would say, I want to see this. And that already existed. So they didn't have it set up to a point where people could even access information that they wanted very easily.
Yeah, that was the other thing that got me. It's funny that you said that's the reason that you chose the segment one, because that was one of the reasons I chose to stay the course, and it was because to like better improve the site so that they were able to have all of their customers understand that. And then my thought was once they got the site to be super duper user friendly, to then branch off. That was my thinking. So
well, that makes sense. That's kind of, I guess we're almost on the same track. I'm just wanting to do it earlier, and you're wanting to do it later.
And I think I also mentioned that it really depends on your concept of risk and reward, because doing it earlier is a little bit riskier, but the reward will probably be higher.
Right. Well, and my whole, I guess, objective with this is to get them to make money as fast as they can.
Yeah.
So I think once they nail down, because it was like throwing money in the wind when he was doing all of their marketing. I think it ended up costing, something like
their marketing is ridiculous.
It was like $300 per subscriber.
Yeah.
Which isn't very effective.
No.
So my idea was to segment it off, not make one shotgun product, but a product for specific individuals.
Mm-hmm.
Like the individual, a small business, large corporations, and really streamline it, be lean, have a lean product, and then add on what those specific users want to that specific product. But it looks like they have the ability to do a ton of things with it.
Yeah.
Let's see. So what should his top priorities be as the case ends?
Well, I think his top priority should be to, like you said, streamline his goals. He needs to figure out exactly what part of the company needs the most help. And then I think he needs to figure out how to market his product in a less expensive way. I think those two things would really.
Yeah. I agree. He needs to figure out how is he going to get his product out there effectively for the least amount of money. He's relying a lot on word of mouth, user to user.
Mm-hmm.
But you and I use the 2 GB. We have it free. There's no need for us to upgrade.
Yeah.
So he needs to get into an area where it's a retail sale product where there really is no need for a freemium product, because they need to have 50, 100 gigabytes, a terabyte worth of information stored.
Exactly. Because if he could get into, like a law office or even like a government office where he could just start with one person, if they had success, then that word of mouth alone would carry a lot more than my or your.
Right. Or even corporation to corporation. You have companies working together, and they need to share information on a daily basis. Instead of emailing things together, they can put these documents in this Dropbox, give each other the password or whatever, or allow that other person access to it.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's a great class. I think there's a lot of uses for it.
Oh, well, what
And it's been going.
I think we covered everything we needed to cover. So this paper's due tonight, though, right? We have to turn this one in tonight.
Yes,
Okay.
that paper's due tonight. And then I think this recording is due tonight.
Yeah. So when I stop this recording, I will send you an email to the link,
Awesome.
and then you can post it, and I'll post it, and then meet tomorrow at the same time.
Yes, and I promise I will actually have my notebook up and going. Holy cow. Like a disaster.
I'm not doing any better. Trust me.
Thank goodness for your bike.
I know. I don't know what my camera broke on this computer. I have one that's actually physically attached to the computer.
Uh-huh.
It came with the monitor, and it doesn't work.
Technology. It's like the
Yeah,
necessary evil.
I know. All right. Well, is there anything else?
I can't think of anything. Tomorrow, same time, I'll be ready.
All right. That sounds great. Thank you so much for meeting with me.
Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, we'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.